Hello and welcome. Right, let's get on with this harvest. Right, let's grab these and stick them on the side. Yeah, the one thing I'm going to say, it may have been quite confusing last time. There is tearing on my screen, but it does not translate to the actual recording software, so it only looks strange to me. There is a bit of breakup, but it doesn't. It's obviously just inside the game. I have rolled back the driver. Oh, why am I struggling to do this? Why am I all of a sudden struggling to do empty trailers? It seems a little bit awful. Yeah, it does. Right, okay then. Yeah, now I'm really interested in seeing what we get out of this. Right, let's drop the back one on the headland. It's not a very wide headland, but let's just try and do the best we can. Drop one, not too close to the edge. Oh, no, I'm not just. Oh, I am. I'm destroying crop, and I shouldn't be. Wow, I am as well. I'm not even on the field. It's obviously the way that the game handles things, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I was going to go and grab the bales, but I daren't move now. We should leave these where they are. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is, being as it's behaving like this, I'm going to jump into this, and I think we're going to go into a time lapse. So I'm going to say my words. We shall speak after this. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. there we were done. Yeah, a very interesting crop. Not a bad yield. It's a bigger field though. It's not far off the same yield as barley, but it is a smaller field, so I would say it's probably about oats, which is not bad really for a really good cash crop. I'd forgotten, yeah, with it only looking once before. I was just going to check on camera. I think it was like January odd time when it was at its best, but I can't remember now. Let's have a look while that's emptying. And I must go and get the truck as well from the... Right, it's that one there. And we are looking lower down where the special crops are. And we're looking for field bean. And the price is June. Right, so really 2,520, it's well on its way down now, so we've got to hang on to this for a while, an awful long while, or sell it at a loss. Yeah, which I'm really not interested in doing, unless, what are we at now? We are present, no, 1,005 and dropping. Yeah, we'd have to get a great demand or something like that. Really, it's out of season, which is typical. Got to hold on to this till next year, which is not what I was hoping for, truthfully. But it is what it is. Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate. Right, yeah, it is actually. So full 27 tons in total of field beans. So obviously this, because it's such a new crop, there's going to be nothing in the law. So it's obviously unique. It is a cash crop, and come June we will do very well. But that doesn't help us now. Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be one of those, but we've got the seeds to sell. I'm hoping to get a bit of traction right the way to sort of like January, because there's very little we do, even if that means I've got to remember though, so I've done this a couple of times now, I need to lime the grass field ready for next year. But we can get some traction basically with the seeds to earn us a bit of cash. I was thinking about why do we need a loan when basically we can oh well, that's clever, because he's actually had to modify the silo to accept that, which is brilliant. But then again, I suppose you can amend an XML file and tell it, yeah, it's I suppose that is true, right? Yeah, so basically what I was, I'm sorry about that, going into work mode, computer mode. Yeah, very interesting on the field as well. I did like the very dark stems on the ground, no straw. Obviously the additional straw mod won't work with that because it's absolutely a brand new thing and it doesn't know what it is, and it can't, yeah, it's just not in any of its databases to actually do anything. So right, let's leave this here. We'll go and pick the other one up. Yes, it was ever so strange. It was me going about the tearing that you could see, and when I looked in editing at the actual video, I can still see it now a little bit, but there's nothing. It's just a driver issue with the game itself. It really isn't anything to write home about. Yeah, there's nothing. In fact, when I looked at the video, I thought, well, there is not a single stitch of tearing. But with me, it's almost like there's a line that goes up the screen. Yeah, that is really nice. I don't know what it is. Yeah, let's have a look actually on the crop rotation mod and see what we can see. If it actually, I don't think it's not going to understand, is it? It's not going to know what it is or anything like that. So if we go, ooh, oh no, it does. I was going to say wheat. Let's see what it says. Does it even pull it up? No, it doesn't. Doesn't know about any of the crops on the map. I didn't think it would, but I just wanted to see if there was any insight into it. But it's a mod. Obviously, it's an alien, so I'm quite sure that in time it will be added, because yeah, it's Oxygen David. People are going to do it, aren't they? It's going to be. In fact, I've heard things that it's people have said the best map on FS22. I would. Oh, look at the I mean, I know it's two-dimensional. They're all a little bit two-dimensional if you actually look closely, but yeah, it's a nice texture. Yeah, it does struggle a little bit, but it was struggling with the rear. Mind you, there were slowdowns. I've said that for a while. You can go through a certain patch in a certain field, and you almost lose all power. Yeah, I had a bit of a. I was running into the crop because I've got a new gamepad today, and unfortunately, the stop button was not working properly. You had to really put pressure on, so I should be taking it back tomorrow. Yeah, this is my spare pad, which I always keep one in spare because obviously creating content you can't do without having a gamepad, really. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take that one back tomorrow because it was just, yeah, I was pressing stop and it wasn't stopping. Alright, so yeah, we've done all of this lot, done all of those. I'm trying to think, what do we do? Right, we were trying to rush through. They're not going anywhere. I do have plans to probably use the French dovecote, but again, money. We just got to get through the winter. No, we don't need to do that. Yeah, I think we are going to literally sort of go through the winter now. Then it's, what crops have we got? We had, yeah, in fact, yeah. Let's look in the silo. Oats was the biggest one, wasn't it? No, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that one there. Yeah, we've got a lot of oats. Oh, of course, because we emptied that 1.5 tons that was in the thing. That is right, which is a shame because I wanted to do that test, wasn't I? So then, let's have a look. Oh wow, some of those are approaching the. Yeah, wow, fantastic. They're on the up, definitely. Best price is 1157, as we saw last time. What I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to save the game and turn the autosave function off. And for us, obviously we can. Well, in fact, I can work out that. It would be something like 66,000. Yeah, I was trying to work it out earlier, and my brain would not work. But yeah, later on, under not having the pressure of talking and being able to work it out at my leisure, I'm sure it was 66, 67 odd thousand that it would be. So that would be if we sold it directly. So what I'd like to do is, because this would be a test, I want to switch, I want to save the game like at this point in time. But we also need to switch off the autosave, or else it will undo that particular thing. So it's that one now, I think. We knock that off for now. Yeah, we're going to get that annoying thing that tells you, yeah, so we know how much we're going to get. We're going to get 61,000. Now, if I put the Lorts down now, and I don't mind if we put 1 million in the bank, because this is not going to happen. Yeah, what we're doing now is just a test to see. I want to ramp up the productions on it, so let's first of all put 500 grand in. This is really just to see the cycles. I wanted to do this for a while to see, does it equate? I think it was Purbeck that I first saw this. I was trying to work out if there was honey, there was oats, and the processes were, each one was destroying a bit more. It was half that was left, and that was the half that was that left. And I'm thinking, honey sells for quite a lot, oats sell for quite a lot. Surely I'm going to make more. Now I'm sure it's not going to be that cut and dry, but I'd like to sort of show that. So we're going to put the Lorts down here for simplicity to ourselves. Couldn't we do this another way anyway? Probably. Actually, we probably could. That is very true. Yeah, but again, this is really just, I want to do this quick. So I suppose it is true. If we put 60 odd tons in, remember this is not happening really. Just would like to do that. We can use hours. It is really not hurting. So if we... Now then, that is true. We don't really care about anything, really. Yeah, I don't really care that it's bumpy. We can... I think we're going to lease a 70 tonner because it really doesn't matter. This is not happening. I mean, as in, you know what I mean. It is happening, but it's nothing to do with our Let's Play now. This has sort of gone outside the standard parameters. Almost a bit like a bit of a, not a mod review, but a cycles, to go into cycles just for a minute to see. I want to prove to myself, yeah, as Mr. CDP does occasionally, not quite like this. But, right, I don't care what colour it is. Right, fantastic. We will use the big boy. Oh, well. You'd think with all the practice I've had with this recently that I'd be alright at it. Right, let's shift that out of the way. What we're going to do is we're going to ramp up the lorts. None of this makes any difference. All that makes a difference is when we get to the point where we're going to sell it. I think bread is in January, if I remember rightly. Let's just have a look. I'm sure it is. No, that's that one above it. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm tired. I am. I know I am. I'm sure bread is. It is. It's January, where it's worth 3,310. That's actually a very good price on this map. Very good price. I think I'm usually get about £2 for it, so that's about £1 extra. So that's going to throw me out a little bit because it's not what I wanted to. Not what I wanted to. It's not what I was expecting to see. So this is going to throw it out, but it doesn't really matter. Really, we'd still get 1,157 for for the crop, no matter what. So even if we do get more, but that's about standard price. That's going to throw us out a little bit. Okay, it's worth a little bit more on this map, but so it probably is on this particular map. Definitely going to be worth doing full stop. So if we stick the 70 tons in and we're going to ramp up, let's have a look at the cycles on the lorts. Now it's super duper, and I mean super duper for making flour. It's terrible for making bread. So this is oat flour. Yeah, 120 tons, 188 is 18,000, about 20 tons per day, really. So if we go down to the lower bit onto the outgoing, that you can then do the upgrade. Yes, and we want to do the same again, but it always goes and moves. Yes, and yes, and yes. I've had a grade 5. Yes, right, let's have a look. Is that 5 or 6? 6. So then, let's have a look. The flour now should be super duper. So oat flour is 810, almost 810 times 188. So if it was 100, it would be 81,000. So it's nearly double that. That can't be right. That's got to be well out. So the bread, though, that's the interesting one. It's going to be 300. So 100 would be 4,500. So that is going to be almost 15 tons of bread. That is a lot. Now it's normally about 2 tons, so that is a lot. Is it going to be enough though to get us to January with what we've got? Because this is all that matters. It's a good job we haven't got. Let's go to a level 7. We can always put more money in. So 379, let's do one more. 400. So 100 will be 4,500. That's times 9. 18 tons per day of bread. And the flour will probably whiz through in a single... Yeah, 1,000 times 100 is 100,000, obviously. But that's nearly double that. So it's going to literally, in one single month, it will get through all of the oats that we've got. If we stick we're going to stick 60 tons, and it's a little, or 70. It's easier. It's close enough to what we've got, or is it? It is enough. Yeah, it's very close to what we've got, really. But let's try for 60, 61-ish. Let's try to be as good as we can. So then we're going to go and grab. What are we on about? Just grab mine. Yeah, I was thinking of buying it. I don't know what I was thinking. I am tired, as I said. I'm not thinking as coherently as I would like. So let's grab our oats, and we'll have exactly the right amount because it's exactly what's in the in there. I was hoping I might actually get that in, but Nah, I should be able to do that this time, as long as I don't hit anything. Oh, you were saying? No, that's... Right, so 61.5 tonnes, which is all of ours, in one fell swoop. Now, the one thing we're going to have to do is take our money away so that we... Mind you, no, we're not selling it yet. It's only important that is the month that we actually sell. Obviously, the costs, the production costs and all those type of things, we now have to make sure that that all, yeah, we work that out, that that doesn't muddy the waters. So all we'll do for that is on the very last month, we'll put it to 0, and then we'll just do the selling. Now be careful, you're going to hit the gate. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. I think we'll carry on round. I think it'd be better to actually just go. Oh no, I think no, I should do it. Right, it's just this is it's quite a big beast for this this particular map, really. I mean, I knew it was, but it is still a beautiful thing. It's actually got us out of a lot more scrapes than it's got us into, shall we say? Right, so I want to stick this in the Lords. Stick the flour stroke bread on. We'll stick it on. Obviously, we don't want it to be selling or anything like that. We just want it to be... Flour's got to be distributing. So let's do that now. Bread we will make active. And oat flour will make active. We will do the flour to distributing. And we just want... Now, the standard is storing. So the bread will store... So if we do that now and take this through till, yeah, really later on in the year. Obviously, remember, none of this is happening. We're going to roll this straight back to this point that this is just really for everyone's benefit. Sometimes when people quote statistics, there's a lot of things I've been on where people will say, yeah, this is the best crop, and they'll pull up a table. And to me, it's like, nah. Well, it's just statistics. I mean, as Oscar Wilde said, statistics, damn statistics. It's true. I'd like to see the cold evidence done just so that we can see it. We know we've ramped that up. That is not normal. That would normally take all year to do about 25 tonnes of bread unless you ramped it up. And most of the bakeries are equally quite weak. So, right, anyway, let's see if I was right about the... Yeah, luckily we've got no animals, so no animals are going to die in the making of this film. Yeah, I apologise for the minus, because when you switch it off and you've got the mod active, it goes into the minus. Yeah, you have to literally untick it, but obviously this is just for... Well, it proves I've got it off, which is good for me. Right, so then, great demand at Longmeadow Bales. Right, so that's going to be Bales, obviously. Right, and so then, if we go at the... into the production, and we should see, oh wow, I was right, 18 tonnes. Wow, that is amazing. Flour, everything's gone. So 40 tonnes of flour. Now the oats is the very best, because you could put 150 in and get 188 back, so it actually increases the amount of flour, which is the only one that does that. That actually loses 150, only produces 120. 150 produces 113, quite a nasty one. Sorghum's the second best. 150 produces 158, but oats is the king of flour. Yeah, it literally gains, which is a good thing because bread loses half. So for 90 flour, it literally halves what you've got. So that means we're going to gain a little bit. Yeah, 40 tonnes, and obviously we made bread as well. So that would be, if you double the 18 tonnes, would be 36, which means we produced 76, nearly 77 tonnes of flour from 61.5 tonnes of oats, that is not bad. That is the best you're going to ever see that. So now that flour, we're only going to produce 20 odd tonnes of bread, which is really only one more day. So we're not going to bother looking at the sales. It makes no difference, because even if I looked and there was anything we can't buy, well, we can, but we're not, because this is just not going to happen. So it's no point. It's just like, yeah, a tease. Now then, we need to be looking at, that was September. Yeah, we need to be keeping our eyes on the prices and selling it in the best possible month, which is January, February. Or if it reaches its natural proper price, which is, we're in November, so we should have done, yeah, 37. I was right, actually. I'm quite chuffed with that. So yes, our 60 odd tons of oats has produced 37. It's going to produce almost an extra ton on top of that, so it'll be 38 by the morning, and then that is it, we're out. So then let's take this through to tomorrow morning, which is December, which we may see the price. Sometimes it does peak up a little bit in the last month before, so we shall have a look. And then we're gonna, I did work this out a long time ago, that you can sell directly from anything. It gives you an average of all the prices on the map. So it's sometimes, if you're going to do this, it's better to take them all, but for our purposes it's better just to sell. So right, it's December. What is the price of bread right now? We should have, yeah, I was right. Wow, it's nice to be proved right. 38.5 tons of bread. Fantastic. Right, so then, what is the price right now of bread? It is three. Oh, wow! And they're all about the top price. So what it does is, if you look, show the current prices, it will add all of those together and then divide them by however many of those there are. So then almost, it looks to me like if you average that, you'd probably get 3,150, something like that. So if we now, yeah, the multi-fruit buying it doesn't buy. So right, so that is, we can now put it on. If we put that on sell now in the hour, now this is where really what we ought to do is take 208,000 off. Minus 208,000. Yes, I know I could have done that. Minus 107. Now, control, we have got 0, so we're not going to get hit. No, we're not. I'm going to say, because December's already hit us for the costs of the farm. We're at 0, so in 1 hour and in 1 hour only, we will sell the bread from that directly, and we'll get an average price minus the transportation cost, which it varies. It's not exact. I think I did prove that on YouTube. It's between about 3 and 7%, so it's a bit of slightly random, but it's never going to. There was stupendous amounts of people saying it was a really high percentage, and it isn't. I mean, but you've got to be realistic. If you're paying a haulage company to take your goods to market, you're going to have to pay your wages to the person who does it. It is based on real life after all said and done. So then, let's go to our production and stick that on sell. And rush speed that through till 10 o'clock. And what we get tick up on the hour is how much our bread sold. And I'm intrigued to see, am I right? Is it really worth doing all this? And the answer to this question is absolutely yes, almost double. Now, the one thing I am going to say is, obviously, to get that, you would have to soup up your bakery. You would. That's a super bakery. Nevertheless, it does answer the question, because in the time that we've got with the super bakery, if you could do all of that, I mean, it's a slow burn otherwise, but you would probably, you'd have to soup up your bakery. I've always said that. Whether you bought 4 lots or, well, for the upgrade factory mod, if you upgraded that to a level 4, bearing in mind you bring that in about July, so you got July, August, September, October, November, December. You've got 6 months at 2.5 tons, which is about 15-16 tons of bread you could make on a standard one. So if you did it to a level 2, it adds doesn't double it. Oh, it does. No, it does. It doubles it and adds 15%. So it's be about 5 times 6, 30 odd tons. Yeah, you'd have to seriously ramp that up to at least a level 4 or 5. I mean, yeah, no, we had a couple of months spare. We went silly and did a level. Yeah, I like to see this. A level 8. I think we could have done with a level 6, but a level 6 is still 25 grand. Is 150,000 we've invested in that to actually get that. And if you took it to a level 3, you're talking about 75 plus the original. It's going to be £100,000 bakery. So to actually gain your, yeah, I mean, the one thing I am going to say, like in any Let's Play, I'm not including the buying of that or whatever you ramp it up to. That's an incidental cost. We know the investiture of the business, that's a separate matter. It really is. But if you've got that goods, is it worth doing? And the bottom line is definitely yes, it is. Right, now I'm going to rest that there because I've proved it to myself. It's almost double. Now, I would have expected that, if I'm honest. But obviously the one thing you've got to realise is that's only with a super ramped up thing. If you were slow burning it, it would take you probably about 3 years to churn through that. So then you've got to ask yourself the question, is it worth doing the productions? Because if I can earn 111,000, sorry, no, 67,000, half of that, in 3 years, I could earn 100 and, well, it's nearly 70,000, so I could earn 210. So what I'm trying to say is, it's a slow burn, but the other thing is, if you were using something like the Lortz does far more than that, and that's where productions come in. It's the overlaps. I've said this for ages, but as I said, the bottom line is, it is definitely that making bread is profitable. You pretty much double your money to what you would, slightly under, but almost double your money. And again, that's on this map though. I think normally, I might be wrong, it might be that normally, but I'm sure it was 2.5, but perhaps it is. Whatever it is, you're still going to make more. Even if it was 1.5 times instead of nearly double, you're still going to make more than if you were to sell the product. But it is like almost everything a slow burn. I mean, I've got to be honest, I did a hobo silo with pretty much selling crop, and the more fields you got, the more crop you sold and the more profit you made. So you still can make profit with arable, really, and it's quicker in a way, only if you've got more fields, which is why I often do a grass start, because grass has multiple harvests in 1 year. It really is. So right, that is it. We've proved that unequivocally. It's not a word I say very often. I don't know where that one came from, but yeah, it is true. Unequally, we have proved that it's definitely, and especially on this map, it's definitely profitable. It really is. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Next time we're going to literally reload this, and we're going to go back to normal, and we are going to rush this again through to December and do. I think I'll do that another session. I will. I think this one I'm resting where it is. It's a bit of a, not a mod review, but just to prove to myself and to all those who would like to have a look at this, just by using the things that we've got in hand. No fancy figures, no, but just the proof is in the pudding. Yeah, and we did equalise the money to 0, all that type of stuff, so that there's no factor that wasn't equated in that I'm aware of. If anyone can see anything, though, please, yeah, definitely pipe up, because I don't think I missed anything. But anyway, yeah, all I'm going to say is thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're going to stick with me on this fantastic journey, on this fantastic map. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.